It feels like cheating to produce, mix and master your own songs. You can change individual instruments, levels and processing, no matter if it's mixing or mastering stage. In this video, I will follow the advice which is as old as the idea of mastering, bouncing your mix to audio and mastering it as it is. Not gonna lie, it's kind of a challenge, but by doing so you can learn so much more about processing rather than applying it on each individual track. The main reason why fixing things in master is tricky is that the process you apply affects all instruments in that range. That being said, once I want to bring this plug sound up a little, all mid-focused instruments like chords, drums, and even a little bit of bass are starting to overpower the whole track. A great solution here is to work with mid-side EQ. Take a listen how well it works when I switch band to side. To identify which band to use, simply click the listen button and audition which instruments are present in that area. For this mix, sideband works well, yet if you want to boost drums or bass a little, I would choose the mid one. This technique works pretty much the same throughout the whole frequency spectrum, yet it is focused on tone. Some mix elements, like for example hi-hats, are easier to tame with dynamic processing. The most well-known tool to fix dynamics in mastering is multiband compressor. Using it to tame loud hi-hats is very easy. Set a band around 10 to 12 Hz and apply compression with fast attack and release, to reduce only the short and punchy sound of hi-hats. To make it safe from cutting too much, try applying it only to side. Side image in that range shouldn't be cluttered with too many elements dynamically similar to hi-hats. On the other hand, if some of your mix elements need dynamic boost, you can use power of upward expansion. Following the hi-hats example, using animate expand section, I'm focusing the slider on their range and setting threshold to catch them. Obviously, don't forget to play with attack and release settings. The other dynamic issue you may stumble across is dealing with punch. Too much or not enough of it. If transients are poking too much, the easiest way is to use generic compressor. To get rid of pumping effect, you just want to take the edge of those by 1 dB or so. More detailed approach is to use multiband compressor in a similar manner to what I did with hi-hats. There are some alternative transient-specific tools like Spiff or Split EQ. Those are definitely not the cheapest and the most universal tools, yet for this particular purpose, they work like a charm. Adding punch is easier than controlling it. The simplest solution is to use punch slider in our limiter plugin at the end of your processing. It enhances transients in a very musical way. If you want to add them a little bit earlier, once again, animate is your friend. Focus slider on transients range and expand it. Last but definitely not least, resonances. Usually caused by frequency buildups, are obviously easier to fix while working with stems or bosses. But no worries, tools like Zdrewe are made to deal with them in the cleanest way possible. We have a whole video dedicated on how to use it. Zdrewe automatically identifies the most resonant frequencies and suggests appropriate amount of dynamic reduction. The main point here is to use it gently and be aware that if there is too many resonances, you most likely need to get back to your mix. At this point, you probably noticed that even if those issues are a little bit harder to fix, by using multiband tools and stereo field placement, it's easier to start dealing with them. Unfortunately, there are some things that you simply can't fix. Overcompressed, distorted or clipped signals. Instruments balance is also tricky if the difference volume is greater than 3 dB. Of course, in the era of AI, there are some great tools to separate stems like fader.com. Yet it is always better to have original stems or mixed project to work with. Judging by my own and many others' experience, it is great to get out of your comfort zone once in a while and try to squeeze as much as you can from your mix with no option to fix individual instruments. Inside the session, you can easily get lost in small details while your mix needs only a couple of touches to be ready to release. If you like the idea behind this video and some tips included in it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our channel. Till the next time.